Hello and welcome back to the Maccadam's Comm link. I'm Oshi,
I'm Si.
and today we're going to be covering Transformers Prime Season 1, Episode 9, Convoy, which aired March 4th of 2011 with a rating of 7.5 out of 10. Any comments about this episode before we get started?
Crane.
Alright. Any particular reason for that?
No, that's train. That's it.
Train. I like trains.
It was fun to say. It scratched the brain
It is fun.
itch.
The episode description says Agent Fowler, who is transporting an explosive device, is attacked by a terrorist organization led by Silas. Can the Autobots help? Silas, how could you? How could you lead a terrorist organization?
I'm a terrorist now, I guess. Bro, I got so jump scared because I fully thought for a minute that it was Cyrus with an R. And then they said his name again, and I was like, "Oh shit! Did I name myself after a Transformers villain?"
Not on purpose, at
Maybe I
least.
did. That's true. To be fair, I didn't know that he existed when I chose the name Silas. However, it's still funny.
Yeah. It is still funny. I hate, though, that they say explosive device because, yes, but that's not an
It's a
accurate
nuclear
description of
weapon.
what they're carrying. It's a nuclear generator. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
Sure, it
Well,
is
if it
explosive, but
explodes,
anything can be explosive. Like, anything can be explosive if
I
you try
mean,
hard enough.
a spoon can be explosive if you put it in the microwave.
Exactly.
Don't put spoons in the microwave, kids.
Don't put spoons in the microwave, please.
Kids should be watching this podcast. Never
Oh,
mind.
even. Well, don't do. I've seen college students make really dumb decisions recently. No one put spoons in the
That is
microwave.
true.
This is a PSA.
Not do it.
Don't do it.
Unless it's a wooden spoon. Those can go in the microwave, but they really
They
shouldn't.
they shouldn't, because then you might just end up with a burnt wooden spoon.
That's true. Don't burn your spoons.
All right.
This has been an autism PSA.
This has been an autism PSA with Oce and Silas. I think the start of this episode is one of the funniest ways that an episode starts, which is just Fowler gutturally yelling Prime, like with all the anger and ire trapped in his body.
Poor guy, he's angry. He's just a little angry boy.
He's so angry. He then yells a second time, louder, just in case he wasn't heard throughout the very empty base, somehow.
Yeah.
And Optimus tries to be nice, saying, "Oh, to what do we owe?" And then just gets interrupted, like, "What else? Cons." Okay, bitch.
Relax. I was trying to be polite, but now you're being a dick.
But now you're being a dick. Fowlers mentions that he chased the cons off, but they blew me out of the sky. And Miko just says, "Again, it's more likely than you think."
Oh, Miko. Of course, of course. Fowler's, questionable.
Honestly, I might start a counter for every time he gets shot out of the sky, because it's too many. Or maybe not enough.
How is he still alive?
I don't know. Microplastics, I guess? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that could be a good reason. Spite, maybe?
Spite, asbestos,
Yeah. Radiation, one of the two.
flying in your jet without a flight suit.
Yeah, that'll help.
He then says they tried a smash and grab for the dingus.
Oh my fucking god, the dingus.
Dingus is something that I call dogs. Like,
Yes. I immediately thought of you.
because is a very juvenile insult that I say a lot, especially to
As
my
you should.
dogs.
As you should. All dogs are dinguses. They're all stupid.
They are dingus eye.
People get mad when I say that, and I'm like, buddy, dogs are the dumbest fucking creatures on the planet. That doesn't mean they're not
They
adorable and lovable,
are.
but they're stupid.
They're just stupid.
Exactly. Specifically in that tone of voice too. I don't think I can replicate it, but
Stupid.
yeah, that one. Stupid. There
Yes.
it is.
Especially labs. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my god. Labs are dumb. That and doodles. Doodles are stupid too.
What's the thing? Labs have got nothing going on upstairs except food. That's the only thought process they have. Food.
That is so true.
RC doesn't know what the fuck a dingus is. And Fowler's just like, it's obviously a dynamic nuclear generation system. Dingus. I'm like, you couldn't have come up with a better acronym.
You I feel like they could have and just did not try.
They just came up with dingus. We're like, it's staying. No, it's staying.
Yeah, it's good enough.
And my
Stupid.
sister and I then had a discussion on how I feel like a jet is not the best way to transport a prototype nuclear power
No,
source.
no, it's really
However,
not.
she disagrees.
She disagrees.
She says that you could fit it in the cargo. I'm like, how the frick would that fit in the cargo? But whatever. If it does fit in the cargo, it feels like it's an unsafe way to transport a nuclear power source.
I agree. I don't know a whole lot or anything really about nuclear power sources, but I feel like they're kind of unstable, you know? Maybe shouldn't travel at super high speeds with one of those.
Maybe just put it on a train like you were going to in like we ended up doing. Just put it on a train
Yeah, I feel like that might be a little better at least.
at least. But as Fowler's talking about how the cons took off trying to grab the dingus, Ratchet says, "Why would Starscream bother with such primitive technology? Just insult the human race right to his face."
Yeah, yeah, really. I mean, I feel like Ratchet doesn't like people very much.
Oh no, he hates people. He is the epitome of get off my lawn.
Poor guy needs some therapy.
Oh, absolutely.
He's seen too much.
But this brings up an interesting question. If that's considered primitive, like the way that humans would consider stone tools primitive or woodwork primitive, does that mean that like Transformers equivalent of middle schoolers are learning about nuclear fission? Because that's hilarious.
Honestly, my dad explained nuclear fission to me when I was a child, and I think I understood it, but I also was a child, and it's not that simple. I mean, he didn't explain the math or anything. He just was like, "Yeah, this is how this works." If they're learning the math and shit, that's wild.
That's it'd be hilarious to just think of like, oh, you're going through school, you're in like the Transformers equivalent of sixth grade rocket science.
Yeah, rocket science. Wild. Absolutely wild.
Fowler then says one of my favorite phrases, which is probably to make a big, fat, primitive weapon of mass destruction.
Like, dude, what? They don't need that. Also, they can make like big, crazy, not primitive weapons to kill everyone. They don't need your puny nuclear physics.
Right. They have a volatile source that only they really need and know how to find
Exactly.
that they can use to create giant blasters. Like why would they need your uranium?
I don't think they were using their brains. Or I don't think Fowler was using his
I
brain.
don't think he really has one.
I don't either. He's a man. I shouldn't say that. I've been spending too much time with my coworkers.
I mean, some of them are really dumb. A lot of them are really dumb.
Some of them. Yes, it is true. I can't deny.
But he then says, if this baby were to melt down, it would irradiate this state and the four next door. To which Raph says, did he say which state he's currently in? And you can see in Miko's facial expression, she suddenly realizes like what's actually going on, understanding like the gravity of the situation. Like, oh fuck.
Raph's really got his priorities straight, I gotta say. Like, oh shit, are we in danger?
Honestly,
It's real funny.
my notes say that's a big fuck up, big oopsie poopsie.
Interesting note, but you're not wrong.
I think Abby took over my brain for a second when I was writing that.
I was gonna say, that sounds like something Abby would say, and I wasn't expecting it to come out of your mouth. I think that's what threw me off. He's with us in spirit.
We channel Abby with us in spirit,
He's
exactly.
not dead, but like,
No, existing is just exhausting sometimes.
it really is. That's how I'm gonna be this week.
Followers saying, I'm exposed out here. I can't do anything. You need to send this nuclear generator through your ground bridge, because that sounds like a good idea.
That sounds like an even better idea than traveling with it on a jet.
Honestly.
Dumbass. Who cleared that? Like, have higher up somewhere. They have brains?
Who freaking knows? It's the government, probably not.
That's true.
But Optimus then explains why this is such a terrible idea. Because if there was an accident, the radiation would go through the vortex and harm, quote, all 50 states and beyond. This implies that someone gave the bots a geography lesson, and I love that.
It was probably Raph.
Just Raph teaching them all 50 states and their capitals.
I mean, like, he was probably studying or something for his homework and just, bots were there. I couldn't place all 50
Or it's
states.
Miko playing the Animaniacs States song on loop.
That is also true. That I think you're just saying that because that's something that you did as a child and you want to project that onto another character. But, accurate.
No, I didn't play it on loop. I listened to it every once in a while, okay?
Pretty sure you had it on loop.
Slight difference. I did not have
That.
it on loop.
I'm just fucking with you.
You don't know me.
I know you
I
better
know.
than you know yourself.
I'm
That's not true.
aware. No, sometimes you do. From me trying to come out and you just being like, "Oh yeah, no, that makes sense." Like,
Bro, I clocked you as like, what's the word? Gender queer like 6 years ago.
what the fuck,
Okay, not six, obviously, but like, how old am I now? 18? Probably 4 years ago when we were 14. Like, yes, that
bro?
person is not cisgender.
I didn't realize it was that obvious.
Yeah, babe, it was obvious.
Fowler then asks, "Any better ideas?" Yes, driving, a very common way to transport nuclear objects.
Yeah. Better, it's
Crazy,
it's better for the environment too.
crazy thing like that. The next angle we get of Optimus as a truck looks like it's from a nature documentary.
That's so real.
And here we find the majestic Optimus Prime.
That has no business being that funny.
I think it has plenty of business being that.
Yeah. No, you're right.
But we look inside, and Fowler looks a little too eager to drive Optimus Prime, and I don't like it.
Yeah. Optimus is like, stop touching me.
Don't touch me.
Oh, literally, because he's like, because Fowler puts his hand on the wheel, and Optimus is like, there's no need to drive. I'll take care of it. I was like,
Right. It's
all
like,
right.
no thank you.
I wouldn't want some. Oh, never mind. Actually, I would. I was gonna say I wouldn't want somebody touching my insides.
Mm.
I'm not sorry. I should be, but I'm not.
No, you shouldn't be. Meh. Fowler then goes, "It's gonna be a long trip," and like pouts. Then ride with someone else, you creep.
Oh, really. He's such a baby, honestly.
I I think Optimus should have the right to just kick Fowler out.
He really should.
Like, no, I'm uncomfortable. Go ride with someone else.
Get out of me, please.
Get out of me.
That sounded weird.
I mean, before they drive away, they turn on their headlights? What the fuck? Why? It's midday.
Maybe maybe for fun? I don't know. They probably don't really know all the traffic laws. That's why they keep breaking them.
No, that's so true. Oh, looking at the landscape that they're driving in, my sister and I have deduced that this is most likely Kansas. So, there's that nugget of information. They're probably in Kansas right now.
Yay.
Hooray, I guess.
Yay for them, I guess.
But this is a weird combination of cars driving together, I must say.
It really is. Like you got B, who's like a straight up muscle car, and then Bulkhead, who's like this total opposite, like big boxy truck, and then there's Optimus, who's just like full 18-wheeler semi.
Them driving so close together, it's like, where are you going? What's going on? Where are you going? Who's gonna die?
That is exactly what I was
Have you
thinking.
not heard that?
Who are you? What? No.
Oh my god. Where are you going? Who's gonna die? You already killed Jesus!
Oh, maybe I have.
Yeah.
I'm just being stupid.
Uh, we find out Ratchet is tracking everybody. He is such a mom.
Yes.
It
I
is
think
very
he's just
funny.
paranoid.
Just sitting there with his life 360, like, where
Oh
are
my
they?
god. It's trauma from the war.
It is.
Yeah.
No, it is.
It's like gotta keep track of my guys so they don't die.
Gotta keep track of my guys so they don't die. Miko yawning in the middle of Ratchet explaining what to do was so unnecessary. I don't understand.
No, but it's so her coded.
It is.
Like honestly, you gotta expect it at this point.
No, that's fair. We then get back to the bots on the road, and Fowler attacks a poor old man until he drives off the road by honking at him relentlessly. And even when he does get off the road, he continues to honk at him.
Like, why was that necessary, buddy?
Like,
I think he was just salty. He was stressed because he knew he fucked up.
fucked up. Gotta get out my anger somehow. Gonna scream at people on the road for no reason.
I mean, yeah, I feel like that's what people do.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even Optimus asks, is that really necessary?
No, no, Optimus, it's not.
Fowler proceeds to call him a textbook driver. I guess there's a reason he's a pilot, because he doesn't want to follow the road laws.
I didn't even think about that, but that's so accurate. And he harps on them for like not following the street rules.
Literally. Like, you caused all of these issues because you didn't follow the law. Bro, you aren't following them either.
Learn to drive, then you can talk.
Hypocrite. Learn to drive. He then throws a tantrum again because he's not allowed to honk at innocent drivers.
I think this guy's just a big baby, honestly. I think that's what he is. That's his
Honestly.
character. The big baby man.
He's the big baby man.
Like, dude, what the fuck,
Man child.
really?
There's then a weird phase into Optimus's trailer where we just see the Dingus jostling around extremely safely.
No, it's not like it's a nuclear generator or anything. They could at least tie it down.
Right. Or at least tie it down a little better, I guess.
Yeah. Also, isn't RC in there? Like, what if it slides and crushes her?
Womp womp, I guess. Like, fuck it, we ball.
I guess. That's not a good feat to have when it comes to the safety of your friend.
Nope. Nope, it is not. I guess she just has to have the wherewithal to avoid it.
I guess she does. Good luck to her.
We then meet our bad guys. We hear them reporting that they're transporting in an unarmed civilian truck. You sure about that? You sure about that?
You sure about that, buddy? I think you're wrong.
I don't know.
About everything in that sentence, really.
Right. Unarmed, civilian, truck.
Sometimes.
Sometimes truck. Definitely not unarmed. Definitely not a civilian. Sometimes a truck. That's a
Yeah.
great descriptor of a transformer.
Yeah.
B, for some reason, breaks the law and passes Optimus in his own where you shouldn't do that. I have no idea why. Optimus, I think Optimus has a better chance if he crashes than you do, B.
Yeah, he does. But I think maybe B just wanted to be included in the conversation, maybe. I don't really know what he was thinking. It wasn't smart.
No, I don't get. I guess it would be protect the dingus. That would be the reason, actually. But still.
I guess.
We then hear the bad guys say to send in the ground units.
B, the ground units.
We switch back to Fowler, who thanks the Autobots before he almost dies for once.
Yay.
And Optimus replies, I am proud to be of service. And it kind of sounds, from his tone of voice, like he just said that because Fowler is there.
It really does. I don't think he's very happy about the current situation, but oh
No.
well. Is he ever happy? I feel like he's kind of grumpy.
Fowler? Or Optimus?
Optimus.
Yeah, he is. Just, he's very blank face most of
Yes.
the time. Very tired. He's extremely tired, is my theory.
Feel.
Fowler immediately nullifies his apology by saying that the human race wouldn't have these problems if the bots kept their war elsewhere.
That's not entirely true, but I mean, he's not wrong, but he's not really right either.
I who freaking knows?
Also, how could the bots have known? Because, like, wasn't the Energon and stuff put there, like, millions of years before humans existed?
Yep.
Exactly. So, what the fuck? How are you dumb?
So what the fuck? And Optimus clocks this immediately because he's fully aware of the capacity for evil in every being.
Oh, yeah.
And Fowler tries to argue, well, it was a different evil, which I don't like the way he says that. It sounds nefarious, and I can't explain why.
I think it was actually the exact same evil, but it manifested differently.
Yeah, because this is what, early 2000s? There's a lot going on,
Yeah. Yes, there is.
and US wasn't exactly the shining star of good job, everybody.
It never was and never is.
I mean, they have their moments
That's true.
occasionally.
Sometimes.
Fowler then changes the topic so fast you get whiplash. He says, how about some radio? And he says that Optimus Prime seems like someone who would like country music. And I don't know how to feel about that, personally.
I feel like Optimus is a soft rock kind of guy.
I feel like you're taking that from Cole, but okay.
No, I just mean like like dad rock. He gives dad rock vibes.
Yeah, that's fair. Fowler finally spots the helicopter that's behind them
Yes.
and says, that's the con that shot me down. Fowler is the type of guy to claim he is so observant and then miss the most obvious things. Like a guy that has to sit in a restaurant facing the entrance so he can look at everyone who comes in, but then he misses stuff that happens directly in front of his face.
Everything. Exactly.
Like, I can clock a threat, and then someone starts being creepy, and it's like, no, he's fine. He's just normal. He's just like that. That's just Steve.
Yeah. Huh? It's Steve.
He then asks, who is he? Wingnut, Dingbat, Sky Guy. And this is what anyone who knows nothing about Transformers would assume the names are, which is fair, because Sky Guy is an actual toy that you can buy.
Wild.
It's a recolor of another character, and they just called it Sky Guy.
No, because to be honest, I would guess the same names as Fowler. Like, they've got dumb names.
Sure. I mean, one of them is literally named Discharge. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that?
I don't think they were thinking.
No. They also weren't thinking when they named one of them Erector.
I'm such a child.
No, me too. Fowler is having a little bit of a crash out right now, honestly.
Real. Me too, buddy.
And Bulkhead comes in over the radio telling them to watch their rear views because there are like 3 or 4 guys just following us. And they all surround Bulkhead.
Yeah. Just random guys.
Just random guys.
I love that they recognize that Bulkhead is the threat.
True. True. Bulkhead then says, I'm feeling a little constricted without the use of my fists here, boss. And he sounds so Boston. I know I put more Boston on that than was actually there, but he sounded so Boston.
He really does. No, I enjoyed your rendition.
Boston Bulkhead.
I'd like it.
Optimus is just like, I know, Bulkhead. It'll be okay. But you can't transform unless absolutely necessary.
He really is their dad, huh?
He is.
Like, no, Bulkhead, you have to stay in vehicle mode so, we don't give ourselves away.
It'll be okay.
Good luck, buddy.
Good luck, buddy.
Like how I talk to my lizard. He's a scaredy cat, and so if he's near his dish when I go to change his food, I have to talk to him all gentle so he doesn't freak out.
Who are you? There are 4 of these guys, but Ratchet isn't getting any sort of reading.
Ratchet's like,
Because they're just not showing up.
exactly. He's like, they're not there.
Question. This has plagued me for a while. How the frick did they track Autobots versus Decepticons?
That is a good question. I guess maybe because, like,
If the insignia is the tracker, then why would you have your insignia put on you? Because then you can be tracked by someone on the other team, on the other side.
guess that's true. I don't know. I assumed, like, I thought he was tracking their spark or whatever. I didn't realize that he was using their insignia.
Well, I don't know. This thing's like, if it's their spark, then it's like, this is a Decepticon spark. And I know this somehow because
I don't know. I feel like because he
who
knows.
knows?
I don't know. Maybe that's dumb. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, it's confused me for a while. How are you tracking them?
Magic, maybe?
Magic. We'll
Some
go with
secret
magic.
Autobot tech?
He then talks about how they must be using a cloaking device as he puts on his old man thinking face.
Ah, yes, the old man thinking face. It couldn't possibly be that, they're not Decepticons.
No, that would be crazy. Bumblebee then starts playing mirror with one of the cars, just back and forth, back and forth.
Real. Me too, to be honest. That's what I would do.
Get away from me!
Go away.
No. And surprise, there's a human in that car from the sunroof, which is honestly just hilarious.
It is kind of funny. Also, I love that they're in, like, muscle cars and not, like, military vehicles.
Honestly.
That makes sense, right?
Like, did you just steal a bunch of muscle cars? Or do you all happen to have a green muscle car? Or did you. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, they have a helicopter, so they've got to have like the money, but it just seems silly for them to be in muscle cars and not like bulletproof military trucks.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's not even more conspicuous. I feel like certain military vehicles are much more conspicuous than muscle cars.
I agree. Especially like depending on the area you're in.
Right. If you're in the middle of nowhere, Kansas, see a muscle car. The guy then tells them to pull over in the most non-threatening way possible. I would not be convinced to pull over if he did not have a gun in his hand.
Accurate.
Optimus then tells everybody, our assailants are not Decepticons. They are human. And everyone is shocked. Like, how could this be possible?
Oh no, a human fighting another human? What the fuck?
What the fuck? Everyone is shocked, but all Miko can think about is murder.
Really? Like, she needs help.
She says, against our bots, they're roadkill. Miko,
Like, she needs to calm
chill the
down.
fuck out, please.
See, as soon as you said that, I just thought of like, you know how there are people who like go and salvage roadkill and collect like pelts and bones and shit?
Yep.
Just thought of that, but as the roadkill being human. Just like, let me skin this dead guy real quick.
Bro.
Absolutely. I need help.
Probably.
Like, ooh, here's a leg bone. Yippee.
And we finally put the ugly face to the voice. Gentlemen, stop their engines. Which, I don't know what he expects them to do.
I don't know.
Because it's just it's a very specific order to stop their engines.
I thought like maybe their guns were special and their guns would like do something to the engine. I don't know. I was also confused.
It makes no sense. I think it's just trying to parody, like, gentlemen, start your engines, but it just sounds stupid.
It does. It does sound stupid.
Silas is just, I don't know.
Just dumb.
This Silas is weird.
I'm also weird, so there is that.
You are a fun type of weird. He is a intolerant type of weird.
That's true. He's like, yay, let's kill some people and steal nuclear weapons. And I'm like, haha, shroom.
Haha, shroom. After we hear this Silas say, gentlemen, stop their engines, Optimus fucking swerves to hit one of the other cars and just starts driving faster.
Yes.
It's like the car equivalent of sucker punching someone and running away.
It really is. I love his logic too. It's like, bunch of muscle cars probably built for like street races and stuff. Here, let me a big semi truck carrying a big nuclear generator in my whatever it's called. Let's outrun them. Let's go faster. Not gonna help you, bud.
Outrun the muscle cars.
It's a great plan, Optimus. Love it for you.
Fowler asks, who are these guys? It's like, of all people here, you should know. Why would the bots know who these humans are?
I wouldn't. I would not know. Valor is dumb.
Fowler is very dumb. Optimus then tells everyone to stay in vehicle mode and apply minimal force, ruining Miko's murder plans.
Yeah, poor Miko. She doesn't get to watch anyone die today.
Ah, darn. Womp womp.
She can find snuff films online if she tries hard enough.
Oh gosh, that is something that a Transformers comic character does.
Oh.
It's like his partner disappeared during the war, so he'll buy snuff films just to see if he was in them, and his current partner is not a fan.
That's horrifying.
Yep.
Our guy needs therapy. Why are the Transformers comics so dark? I thought this was for kids.
Not really.
Not really dark, or it's not really for kids?
Not really for kids. Because his partner is what's called a nemosurgeon, which means he has weird little needles in his fingers that he uses to read people's brains.
Ooh. I'm gonna look that up later. That sounds fun. Actually, I'll do it right now because I'll forget later.
They're called Chrome Dome and Rewind. Bumblebee is purposefully running into their car, like slowing down to hit them, which is having no effect on either car until the villain's car wobbles and then flips over a rock. I don't think that these bots understand disarmament.
Well, no, I don't think they do. Maybe Miko
Honestly,
will get to see death anyway.
I think she does later, actually. Silas then says, "Those are not civilian drivers." Yeah, no shit. Have you ever seen a civilian driver in a semi truck swerve to hit a muscle car and then start driving faster? I've never seen a semi truck swerve.
I haven't either, but it sounds terrifying.
It does.
Thank you. Oh, Rose got massive acrylics. I'm looking at whatever the surgery hand is.
Oh, Chrome Dome?
Hmm.
They're going down what seems to be a mountain pass, and Optimus is just swinging around these turns without a care in the world. And Fowler needs some air before we have another Miko situation.
Yeah, really. Fowler is not having a good time. Also, Optimus, what the fuck are you doing? That's dangerous. Maybe don't.
Maybe don't.
This entire time, they've all been taking up both lanes of the road, and it's a two-way street. Like, someone's gonna die. You're gonna kill someone. Maybe don't.
Yeah, they're not exactly the smartest group of Transformers.
Clearly not.
I have a theory that Optimus heard about what happened with Miko barfing in Bulkhead and never wants that to happen in his life.
Yeah,
As soon as he hears Fowler say, "Could use some air," just immediately window rolls down, like, please don't.
that is gross. I'd be puking. Can't even say I wouldn't.
I mean, you're in a semi truck who's just swerving around corners like there's no tomorrow.
He's gonna kill himself. Or Fowler.
Or both.
Either one would be funny.
True.
Maybe both.
Fowler then rests his chin on the window like a sad dog. It's kind of funny.
That is the exact imagery that I had when I was watching it. Like, bro just went full dog right there.
Got that dog in him. I hate myself. I hate myself so much. I'm gonna move on.
Okay.
What?
Okay. Great.
One of the guys jumps onto Optimus, which must feel weird.
Right.
Like, imagine you felt a tiny creature just jump on your back. That'd be terrifying. And, ugh.
Maybe it's like how, sometimes cats will, like, climb up their owners. Maybe it's like that.
Maybe. Except less painful.
Probably less painful, yeah.
And then this guy starts lasering the hitch off, I think?
I think that's his attempt, but, like, I don't think it'll work, though, because the Transformers aren't made of Earth metal. They're made of, like, Cybertron metal.
Right. I don't know if this is gonna work. Two,
Ow!
would it not make sense to just turn. You good?
Was saying ow because, like, that would hurt Optimus.
It would.
Like, just getting lasered, that would not be comfortable.
It would make more sense to just turn that laser to the trailer, which is not physically a part of Optimus Prime, and just like laser a hole through it so you can bank heist the thing.
Exactly. Also, where the fuck did they get that trailer? Did they just have it in storage?
I guess? Because it's not. It doesn't seem to be a part of Optimus, obviously. So, fucking who knows?
Right. Wild.
Ratchet just builds Optimus a trailer.
He would. He really, really would.
Prowler then tells Optimus to swerve again, which gets the car off the road, but somehow doesn't get the guy off of Optimus. Just hangs on. Like, I got it.
I would not be able to do that. My grip strength is not that good.
Ah. And he goes right back to it, like, gotta keep lasering this hitch. Gotta keep doing it.
Even though it's clearly not working.
Even though it's clearly not working.
Try something else, maybe.
Dude, switch up your strategies. Prowler decides that he's gonna deal with this himself. Gets out of Optimus and just crawls along the outside before grabbing the guy by the scruff and trying to threaten him.
Like, buddy, just throw him off the side. That's a better plan.
He tries to interrogate him, saying, "You're gonna tell me everything I want to know." And the guy just gets hit by a tree.
Poor guy.
Is that guy okay?
I
Is he alive?
This might be the death that Miko saw. Maybe that will satisfy her for a little bit.
Honestly,
Hopefully it will.
because that could
I
be a
mean,
death.
you hit your head on that tree. Damn, there's your skull. Like, they gotta be going like 90 miles an hour or something. Probably not actually that much, but
Right.
I mean, even like 60 miles an hour, just getting smacked by a tree at that speed,
You
it's gotta
dead.
break a couple ribs at least.
Right. At least, like, you have to go to the ICU or something.
Yeah.
And after the guy gets hit by a tree, Tyler just goes, "Aw, darn it." Like, bro.
Feller's not concerned that the guy may be dead. He's just concerned that he lost his source of information.
Literally. Like, dude, a guy just died, probably. It's like, yeah, and he didn't tell me what I needed to know. Bro.
I just imagined him when you said that, like full puppy dog eyes.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me what I needed to know. Poor guy.
So sad.
He's so sad. Does this guy have like a wife and kids and a life, or is he just like a sad guy?
He's just a sad guy.
Oh, poor guy.
He does hit on someone later in the season, but
Oh,
I'll let
yay.
you figure that one out.
Yay, maybe.
I don't know about yay. I don't know.
Oh.
I feel like she can do better. I feel like she can do better.
Got it. She probably can. Feller's lame.
Fowler is so lame.
Can't even fly a fucking jet right.
Can't even fly a fucking jet. Can't even do your job. You had one job.
And you fucked it up.
And you fucked it up. Fuck. Yawning. Shit. Okay.
Yay.
Fowler then climbs back into Optimus like nothing happened. And this guy comes in over the radio. And he says, "I do hope you take better care of the dingus than you do your captives." Fair enough.
Every time they say dingus, I just lose it. Like, this is not serious. This is not a serious show.
Dingus.
I know it's a
Oh,
serious moment, but it's not actually serious. Just so stupid.
dingus. It's so stupid.
You get... It's so silly. It's silly.
Fowler then reveals his full name. Special Agent William Fowler, identify yourself.
William. Why is his first name William?
Who knows?
A good name for a snake. William.
William.
I say that partially because when my ex got a snake, I named it William because he couldn't think of a name.
That's fair. And what is our villain's name, Si?
It's my name. I promised I didn't steal it.
I did not steal my name from a Transformers villain character.
Did not. I could, and it would be a funny bit, but I did not.
It would be. I mean, there are worse Transformers villains to be naming yourself after.
Fucking Starscream. Honestly, that'd be a sick trans guy name, though. I can't even deny that.
There's a guy whose name is Galvatron.
That's wild. No, but like the name Starscream for a human is giving like Sirius Black.
It is.
I don't hate it, but also please nobody ever name yourself Starscream.
Please don't. There are so many better characters to name yourself after. Don't pick the whiny little punk piss baby.
Yeah, don't pick him. I love that this is just now a trans person PSA. You're naming yourself after a character. Don't pick Starscream.
Don't pick Starscream. But our Silas says, more importantly to my villain monologue, we are mech. Oh, you
Yeah.
suck. I hate mech.
I'm so afraid. Ah.
Oh, they're gonna get a bit more terrifying as episodes go forward.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Yay. You did something really scary after poor Piss Baby Man.
But he says we will be helping ourselves to your device. It's not guacamole, dude. Like, why'd you say I'm gonna help myself to? Like, you're weird.
You could ask at least. Like, come on, man.
Ask permission, bro. Consent is important.
You could join the club if you were cool. You just gotta, like, ask.
You just gotta get cooler, man.
Yeah, really. What are you doing? Lame-o. Get better.
L skill issue. So Fowler says, "Oh, really? So tell me, Si." It just derogatorily calls him a nickname.
I mean,
What's the market price for a dingus these days?
yeah, I don't know what the market price for a dingus is, but back to the derogatory being called a nickname. That sounds fun. That sounds hot. I ship it.
No, that's so fair.
Not because my name is Silas and I'd love to be derogatorily called Si like that.
I feel like,
I think that would be a
correct
fun
me if I'm
time.
wrong, Fowler and Silas just seems like a hate fuck kind of thing.
Oh no, they're full on hate fucking. There's nothing between them but hatred, but I think it would be fun.
It would be hilarious. I'm sure that exists.
It'd be hot. And like getting tortured in earlier episodes had like fully fucked Valor up.
Oh, probably.
That's why he's puppy dog. Like there's nothing in his head.
Just fucking warped perception of how actually anything
Yeah,
works.
exactly. Hold on, now I gotta go to AO3. I have to see if this is a thing.
But I think a good comeback to what's the market price for a dingus these days would be to just say, I don't know, how much are you going for? Like, that would be funny.
That is incredible. That's amazing. I wish he would have said that instead.
Honestly. Instead, he says, what makes you think we intend to sell it? Because most people don't understand nuclear power or how to use it?
Yeah, probably that.
But I actually looked up how much a nuclear generator would cost.
Oh,
And it costs billions of dollars to create a power plant.
got it.
And a power plant usually has a few generators, so it's probably around like at least several million, if not like $1 billion.
Absolute. I mean, he should sell it at that point. Holy fuck, there's so much Transformers content on AO3. Hold on, I have to find specifically
Oh, there's so
Transformers
much.
Prime.
Oh yeah, no, there's so much.
Transformers Prime. 13,000 works? What the hell?
This is an old fandom, my dude.
Jesus Christ. You love your old fandoms, don't you? Your old dead fandoms.
It's not dead. I do like dead fandoms though.
I know you do.
I mean, I'm rewatching Ninjago right now, so you know.
I'm also rewatching Ninjago, so
Did you know that there was an announcement for a live-action Ninjago movie?
Ew. Weird. Wait, Silas isn't even his real name. It's a nickname.
What?
At least according to AO3.
What does AO3 say his name is?
Fuck, I have to find it again. Hold on. It's buried in the tags. Leland, and then Silas, in quotations, Bishop.
Leland. Oh, I forgot about that. He took on an alias because of reasons that we will discover in later episodes that are plot relevant. So after Silas says, "Why do you think we intend to sell it?" And Fowler just looks dramatically off into the distance. Like, fuck, what's happening?
Poor guy.
And then Silas goes full dictator, going, "There's a war brewing between the New World Order
The
and the
newest.
newest."
That's such a cringy ass thing to say.
It is.
Like,
Like, cringe isn't real, but that's cringy.
wild. You're just a fascist.
You're just a fascist.
Just makes me think that he's a fascist.
That's so fascist.
Wild.
If the most innovative tech wins, as he says, I don't see how nuclear weapons would constitute that. It's not
Yeah,
super innovative.
they're
We've
kind of
done
old
those
news.
before.
Hmm.
Like, just saying. Come up with an original idea.
Yeah. Like, are you plagiarizing? Is he plagiarizing right now? That's illegal. You can't do that.
That's illegal. You can't do that.
Plagiarism not allowed on my show.
Plagiarism is not allowed on the Maccadam's Comm link. Thank you very much.
No plagiarism here.
No plagiarism. We don't like isms. No plagiarism, no racism, no sexism, no transphobia ism.
What about autism? What about autism?
Autism is
Can we have
allowed.
our autism?
Autism is allowed.
You better keep this on the fucking recording.
I will keep this on the recording. Are you kidding me?
Because this is gold.
I just said transphobia ism, bro.
Autism officially allowed on the Maccadam's Comm link.
Autism officially allowed on the Maccadam's Comm link.
That wasn't clear before.
By the fact that this is a Transformers podcast, first of all, but
Also by my behavior and Oshi's behavior.
and everything about this.
Yeah.
Woo. So Mech then shoots at Optimus's trailer to open it, and somehow it just rolls the door open?
I feel like that's not how that works, but I
What
also
kind of magic bullshit?
I mean, we've already established that they'd stop their engines by magic, so maybe mech is just is magic.
Maybe they're just magic. That's honestly the only theory that makes sense.
Really.
You can't exactly hack a what even would you call it? You can't exactly hack a pulley system or a wheel system, I guess.
No, not really. I mean, maybe you can with the second pulley? How pulleys work?
Maybe hacks a pulley with his second pulley. I think hacking a pulley is just putting more weight on it.
Cutting the string?
Cutting the string.
Yeah.
True.
I mean, like, if your hack is intended to destroy, just cut the string.
Exactly. Anyways, this guy who was just standing up through the sunroof is now climbing out in front of onto the front of the car, which seems awkward and weird and like a horrible idea.
Well, Miko's gonna watch a guy get splattered. She'll be happy.
She definitely is, because now Fowler says, "You think that you've got crazy tech? We're hiding a motorcycle in the trailer of a semi-truck. Because here comes RC."
Yay, RC.
RC hits the guy standing on the hood straight on and ends up blowing up one of the cars. What happened to disarmament?
Yeah, go RC. That's I think she killed it.
Killing it. Murder.
Yeah, murder.
The mech grunt in the helicopter says, definitely not civilian drivers. Yeah, what clued you in?
Yeah, no shit.
Fowler then very sassily says, later, Si, and hangs up, I guess, as best you can on a radio.
Yeah, I don't know how you do that. Maybe just turn the radio off?
Just turn the radio. Change the channel.
Or that.
Optimus warns Fowler not to take this lightly, because the things Silas is saying are eerily similar to that of Megatron early on in the war when he was still a revolutionary and not a tyrannical dictator.
That's always how it starts, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Yay. We get to watch it in real
Hooray.
time.
I love the state of the world. It's so fun. I can't drink milk without being worried now.
Now,
So Ratchet interrupts,
real.
just like Siri interrupting your song to give you directions.
Words?
You are approaching the rendezvous point.
Yeah, the rendezvous point.
And here we go. On the Nemesis, Soundwave is snitching again.
Of course he is.
And Starscream is thinking, they're outside and distracted? Perfect. I am going to send the same group of 6 Viacons that never succeeds.
Attack! Hell yeah. Why not just like send Soundwave's little bird guy to follow them home?
Because he's not smart enough for that.
I feel like that would be smarter.
We've already established he's a dumb little piss baby.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
Too busy thinking about revenge to use his
Fucking
brain.
Asphera.
He's a piss baby.
Revenge! Oh, I hate Starscream's laugh. I don't like that laugh.
I don't remember it.
It's creepy and gross.
Real. Just like me. Creepy and gross.
Yeah. I don't think you're creepy or gross.
I know. I don't know why I said that.
Fowler is looking a little too relaxed for this situation. He does not look stressed enough for what's going on right now.
No. Real. He's just like, ah, yes, a normal Tuesday.
I think this planning was very funny. Optimus says, Autobots, keep a tight formation. And then RC immediately swerves off the road and down to the tracks, followed by everybody else. But the timing of putting that right after keep a tight formation was so good.
Wild. It was funny.
And I don't think you're supposed to drive in those tunnels. I think that's a tunnel for the train.
Yeah, you're definitely not. Like, that's gonna ruin your tires, babe.
They've got magical Cybertronian tires.
I guess that's probably true.
That or they're just fucked.
I feel like they're just fucked.
Bulkhead transforms and shoots the cave opening, causing, a little cave in. And it's just quick enough that the humans can gaslight themselves into thinking, no, that didn't happen.
Really, I was thinking about that. I was like, I feel like that's not how that works.
Probably not, but, who's gonna believe them?
Nobody. They'll just, think they're insane.
Yep. In the background, as they're going through the tunnel, we see RC hunched over in the back of Optimus's trailer, which is really funny. Like full goblin in a corner, hunched over.
It is really funny. Just like you.
Just like me. I legitimately, there was a chair in my room for the longest time, and I pushed it into a corner so I had a little triangle space where I would just hide behind and watch all my videos. And my mother would come into my room. It's like, where are you? I stick my hand up, like, I'm in the corner.
That is, that's so you coded. That's exactly what I'd expect from you.
I like small spaces.
Accurate. I also like small spaces, and I think that's why whenever I'm in bed, I immediately put both of my weighted blankets on me.
Exactly. Bumblebee hops on top of the train, which doesn't crush somehow, and knocks on the door, which is
Also,
hilarious.
how can the train maintain speed with Bumblebee on top of it? It would slow down. Bumblebee is so heavy. Also, how can they drive as fast as a fucking train? I don't know how fast train go. Can
I mean, a
cars?
train will go about 90 miles per hour,
Okay, never mind. That makes sense.
so it can go that fast.
Wildly unaware of how the world works.
No, you're good. Silas apparently thinks that we're playing a war game right now because he says, tactical error, only one way out. Okay, dude, put your textbooks away. Alright? We're in the real world.
He spent so much time playing like fucking. I don't even have a good game analogy for this because I don't play games like that. But he's not thinking straight. Is the moral?
What is it, like Call of Duty? Is that something?
Maybe. I mean, Call of Duty exists. I don't know if it's a war game though. I've never played it.
Or
Maybe he spent too much time playing Call of Duty. That sounds accurate.
it does. And then the Decepticons show up, and Silas is confused, as is Fowler, who asks who the air support is for. And he asks this as if any Autobot has been able to fly since he's known them.
Yeah, like no shit, Fowler. Are you stupid?
Actually, Ratchet just scanned a jet this morning. Like, what the fuck?
Doesn't make any sense. Wait, can they change who their form?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought once they chose one, they were stuck forever.
No, you can scan a vehicle. That's part of what your TCOG does. It allows you to scan a new vehicle.
I didn't know that. Learning things.
Hooray. I guess Fowler could be asking if the air support is the government's, but how would the government know where you guys are right now?
Like, have we ever seen Fowler work with the government ever? Also, like, I feel like he's kind of on his own.
Kind of, yeah. Like the government comes into play in later episodes, but not a whole lot.
Wild.
This is a very concerned mother saying, Optimus, you have company.
Yes.
The Decepticons then just shoot missiles.
Yay, missiles.
And Silas cannot comprehend this shit. It's just like, oh my gosh, they fired against themselves? Like,
No,
no,
buddy.
dingus. Ha! I didn't do that on purpose. I did not do that on purpose. Whoops.
Okay. It's okay.
And more swerving from Optimus.
Yay.
Except the trailer now falls off and gets shot by the missiles.
Oh no, the dingus melted.
Right. They all think, oh fuck, we're about to die. But then they realize there's no radiation. What the fuck just happened? But Silas is starting to put the pieces together. He's starting to understand.
He's so stupid.
The Decepticons don't know about Cover. Who's she? I've never heard of her before.
Of course. Right?
Optimus was so dramatic, telling Fowler that they needed to transform. It's like, unfortunately, it has become absolutely necessary to drop our cover. Like, okay,
Relax, buddy.
calm down.
Okay.
Take a
You're
breath.
panicking a little bit because now
Smoke a joint. I don't know.
there's smoke a joint. I did not expect you to say those words. But you're not wrong. I mean, they don't have lungs, so I feel like that wouldn't really work.
They got vents. It might work the same. I don't fucking know. If there was space weed, Optimus would need some.
That's true. He would.
Dude needs to relax.
He really does.
Optimus then transforms with a hunched over Fowler in his hand. Bro is not doing well.
No, Fowler is sicky. Like, honestly, I would be too. I would be too.
Yeah. And Silas says, so the rumors are true. What rumors? Who's telling you these things?
The internet, probably.
The government is hiding robotic alien life forms.
Uh,
Bros on Reddit every night.
would not be surprised. Really. Well, with the amount of leaks that the government has had, I feel like they're not that good at hiding stuff.
Well, it's because they're idiots who send it through normal group chats.
That is true.
He then says, though not for very long, implying that he's going to kill all of these living robots somehow.
Yeah, like, buddy, you're even struggling to get this nuclear generator. Ain't no way you have weapons strong enough to kill the fucking Autobots.
So fair, honestly. Optimus then tells Fowler to remain here and just puts him on a rock.
Yeah.
Like, you will be safe here.
On a rock also that he can't get off of without injuring himself. Like, why would you not put him on the ground
Yeah.
behind the rock? So, if he needs to, he can run away.
Oh, because then if someone gets, thrown, he might die.
Might still die on the rock. And at least if he's on the ground, he can dodge.
That's true. That's true. I think it's just the idea of, well, obviously, higher up is safer. No, Optimus. No.
Oh, no, he's not a bird. He's a human.
Fowler has no issues being put on solid ground again. I don't think he has any qualms about this.
Yeah, I don't think he does either.
Bulkhead then says, after a long drive, it feels good to get out of the car, stretch my legs, and kick some tailpipe. Interesting preferences.
Alright.
I prefer to drink some water, but,
Water is nice. I mean, yeah, also laying on the ground.
yes.
But I get it.
If you want to kick somebody's ass, I guess, go for it.
I can't really stop you, but make sure if you kill someone, Miko can see it.
Any Transformer, Autobot, or Decepticon running will never not be funny.
It's hilarious. It's really it is. Like they do like a little waddle run, almost like a penguin, except they're huge. It's funny.
Big penguins. Optimus then just destroys a Viacon with a single punch.
As he should.
And I don't know why that was so funny, but it was. But I love this scene because we get to see how everyone fights a little differently.
That's true.
Bulkhead is just going around wrecking things with his fist, just fucking bashing shit. Let's go. Almost.
B is just straight up boxing.
B is bouncing around like a boxer. It's adorable.
It's really cute.
RC has her karate thing going on. It is really
Yes.
cute. And then Optimus, it just looks like he's been in street fights before, which I think is proof of him just learning how to fight from watching Megatron's gladiator fights. And I find that funny.
Really. It is very funny.
It's like his fighting style is like advanced bar fight.
It really is.
And Silas is just circling around this battlefield in his helicopter like a vulture.
He really is. Like, buddy, what are you doing up there?
What are you doing?
You should join in the fight and get absolutely fucked.
Yes, absolutely. As they're going around, the other guy in the helicopter asks, where did the thing go, though? And he's just like, yes, that. And he calls Agent Fowler again. Like, Special Agent Fowler, you live a charmed life living among Titans. Come on
Yeah,
down.
really.
I'll introduce you.
Like, let's why don't you come down here and I'll get them to kill you or whatever.
It's a hit on a guy.
Really?
Silas says, oh, don't you worry about that. I'm worried about how did you get rid of the dingus so swiftly, so cleanly? And we have a flashback to the train. Bumblebee just waving at the soldier was adorable.
That was so cute. I love B. I love him.
Oh, it's so cute. And okay, why does Optimus's trailer do that? It like unfolds?
Yeah, it was weird. Like, I think Ratchet built it, because it's clearly not a part of Optimus, but it's not a regular truck trailer either.
No, like the sides all come down and tuck into the bottom somehow?
I don't think that's how matter or physics works.
No, it is not. I think it's hilarious that RC struggles to lift this thing. Well, not struggles, but like there's a little resistance as she's holding it with two hands. And then Bulkhead just effortlessly lifts the thing with one hand.
I mean, he's a big beefy man. He's strong. He's got the strength.
He is strong. He is very strong.
Yippee.
Silas then says, "Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a train to catch." And Fowler's just like, "Oh no, oh fuck, Silas figured it out. What do I do? What do I do? Oh, yeah, the Prime, the giant robot that I'm with that can fix all my problems."
Optimus help. Other help. That's what
Optimus
it
help!
feels like.
He figured it out. And we see Optimus doing a double-fisted uppercut, which is hilarious.
Yes. It really, really is. He's just funny.
Like, why?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe he felt it was necessary.
Maybe. And he gets momentarily distracted by Fowler, freaking the fuck out, and then gets hit in the face with a tree.
Poor
How did
guy.
they get a tree?
I don't know.
Did they shoot a tree down?
Maybe?
Maybe there's a miner with them, and they have the lasers.
I hope you
Just
know when you said minor, I immediately thought of a young person. Just some random guy they kidnapped.
I'm aware. I'm aware. The Transformers 1 movie that I showed you a clip of that you hate, they they exploit the fuck out of that joke. It's so funny. There's miners in the race.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Hilarious.
It is kind of funny.
But after getting hit in the face with a literal tree, Optimus falls down a cliff and just laying on his stomach, probably dead. I don't fucking know.
I mean, did you see how hard he hit his head? Like, bro
I
has a
missed it.
concussion. He is knocked out.
My concussion module.
Oh no.
And Fowler's just fucking yelling in his ear like, "Prime! Prime! Prime!" It's like, dude, chill.
Relax, he's only kinda dead.
Only kind of dead. There's also like a lot of weird groaning coming from Optimus. I don't know what that's about, but
I mean, head hurt.
head hurt.
I feel that way. I have a headache right now, and I get it. I understand.
Miko then says, "Optimus is down!" Yeah, no shit, Miko.
Yeah, he got in the head twice.
Like, you don't have to point out the obvious. You're not Lloyd.
Terrible. Terrible.
Dude, he literally once said, "Overlord, I've come here to fight you." Like, what else the fuck would you be doing?
He's a little dumb, but it's okay. We love him. To be fair, he did age like 4 or 5 years in the span of about 30 seconds.
That's true. Bro's a little behind.
Just a little.
Jack is panicking. Mech is gonna grab the dingus. We need to think of something quick. Yeah, is everyone just pointing out the obvious today? We know that no, they're actually gonna catch up to the train just to,
I don't know. Hang out
I
with
don't
the
know.
train,
They're
maybe?
just they're just going to hang out with the train.
I guess.
And Raph's just like, "You mean like a phase 3?" This is why we have backup plans, people.
Yeah,
This is exactly
yeah.
why.
To be fair, they didn't have a lot of time, but like they
Oh, yeah.
definitely should have made a backup plan.
And then Jack has a bit of a Winnie the Pooh moment, just like think, 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 think.
Really?
He then says, "Okay, if Mech wants to get the dingus, they have to get on the train." No, really, Jack? I didn't realize that.
I never thought of that. Yeah, I didn't know that.
And then Miko just says, "What if we get on there first?" Miko, what the fuck?
What the fuck, Miko?
She then says, run some human on human interference. Miko, you severely overestimate your own fighting abilities.
Yeah. Like, Miko, these are trained soldiers, and you're a kid.
You can barely wield an axe. You're gonna go up against a grown man.
Yeah, really. Like, I don't. What's she gonna do? Like, hack at his shins or something?
Like, honestly. Mother Ratchet is the voice of reason. He says, absolutely not. And I guess he does care about them. Just a little bit.
Yeah, maybe a little.
Jack just says, yeah, that would be suicide. Yeah, except the whole world is gonna die? Miko says, hello, the United States of Meltdown? Lives are at stake?
Just a few, like, 5 states or something.
And after she said lives are at stake, Ratchet's like, yes, yours.
Yeah, like, maybe don't, guys. You should listen to Ratchet for once.
Here's my animator's note for the episode. I love the character acting during this scene. It is very animated, very bouncy. I like.
Yay.
Back to our normal content. I have Ratchet's line here verbatim because it is too funny. You want me to not only bridge you into a confined space, but one traveling at 90 miles per hour? I can't even count the number of ways that could go wrong. Mass displacement trauma, twisted limbs, metal burn. Well, maybe not the last one. It's just he has this laugh of
Yeah,
insanity.
he's just scared because, I mean, how does he know this? He's probably tried it before, and he's probably killed a guy or two trying it before, so he's a little traumatized.
Or at least he's seen people try it.
Yeah.
Which is like the looks on these kids' faces when he says metal burn. Just like, the fuck?
Even is metal burn. Like, I'm thinking about brush burn, but, like, I mean, they get scuff marks before, and they don't seem to care, so...
I don't even know. Maybe just like severe abrasion.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
This monologue is exactly what it's like telling your nurse mother that motorcycles are cool.
Yes. Yes, it is.
There is a reason that I will never have a motorcycle, and it is because I have two nurses in my family,
I mean,
and I choose life
you know what my dad
from them berating me constantly.
you know what my dad does for a living. You know how many people he sees because of motorcycle accidents? It's a lot.
Yeah. So, cross that one off the list.
Yeah, I think it'd be really hot though. I think it'd be a bad sensory, but I wish I could do it.
That's fair. For me, it's a good sensory. I've been on my grandfather's motorcycle behind him.
I
Good sensory for me, but that's also me.
I just like hate getting I don't love putting the windows down because it's so windy.
Oh, I love the wind. That's why I love it.
It hurts. It's too much.
That's fair. Ratchet is just it's impossible. Raph, what if I have the train's coordinates? It is now possible.
No, it shouldn't
And his
be.
face is just really funny
It
here.
is really funny.
No, it shouldn't be.
I don't I think that was stupid of them.
Got this weird grimace.
He really does. Because he knows he shouldn't do it,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
but he does anyway for the kids.
He knows he shouldn't. We get back to the train, and there's just this poor lone soldier guarding the dingus.
Yeah, like, I thought that was weird. Why only have one? That's so silly.
Who knows? When Silas told them to immobilize them, I thought he meant the train, not the people,
I also thought he meant the train.
because
I
that
was
would
also
make
very
more
confused.
sense.
Would.
Like, how about it not be going 90 miles per hour?
That would probably help you.
The kids then jump through the ground
No.
bridge for some reason. I don't know why they jumped, because then they land directly on their tailbones. And that shit hurts.
Yeah, it does. That is not comfortable.
And this is the beginning of the cell phone comlink patch. So the kids can communicate with the bots anytime.
Why not just, like, give them little earpieces? Because, I mean, then they have to hold their cell phone open while they're doing stuff. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, but it's what they got. They already have it, so.
I guess that's true.
Cell phone comlink patch is how this works. This podcast, comlink, cell phone. Exactly how that works. I'm not making this up.
It's kind of true.
Definitely
I'm
not.
I'm using I'm using my computer, but yeah, yippee,
Same difference.
yeah.
And then they make what I think is one of the dumbest decisions, which is to open the train car door on a moving train.
That's yeah. Mhm. Hmm.
This is a bad idea. And the helicopter is trying to land on top of the train. Except Raph is controlling the train. Bro, you're 12.
Yeah, really. I don't know how he does that shit.
Diverts the train. I who fucking knows? He diverts the train and the helicopter fucking falls off.
Does the train even have like hackable electronics on it? I feel like that's not how trains work.
I have no clue. I'm not a trains person. I'm a dinosaur person, unfortunately. So I could not answer this question.
Yeah. Yeah, you and me both.
But as the helicopter falls off, Silas asks what the hell just happened. And the guy says, hacker. Presses a button, former hacker. And just like sends a virus that can somehow start a fire on your computer.
Yeah, that none of the hacking in the show makes any sense at all.
No.
But
But
that's okay.
also,
It doesn't
how
need
is he
to.
going to explain that to his parents?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Ratchet says, and what have I been saying all along about Earth technology? And he flicks his hand upward, like with his fingers. It's very gay.
It really is very, very
Yeah,
gay.
Ratchet is gay. Confirmed on Maccadam's
Confirmed.
Comlink.
Yes. I mean, I this entire time I've been talking about him and Optimus being husbands. So I feel like we confirmed this a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah, no fair. The helicopter finally lands on top of the train and starts cutting through the ceiling. And Jack says, "What'd that buy us? 10 seconds?" And Miko, "I think Raph is losing his touch." Okay, you two do it then.
Yeah,
You
really.
two hack a train.
I don't think they could.
I don't
To
even
be
know.
fair, I don't think Raph should be able to either, but
Probably not. I think he picked up the wrong books at the library.
I agree. I very much agree.
Back to the rest of Team Prime. Hey guys, it should not take you this long to beat up a couple of Viacons.
Yeah, really. I feel like as the episode went on, more and more Viacons were shown.
Probably.
Like, is that just me? Was I just not paying enough attention?
No, there's probably more showing up. Same thing happened with Wheeljack. Optimus is finally alive! And then he sees the train and thinks, oh fuck.
Yeah, really.
Back on the train, once again, Miko has an axe and Jack has a fire extinguisher.
Why must they always give Miko an axe?
Because it's funny.
That's true.
Also, if mech weren't wearing entire body suits and masks, I'd personally go with the fire extinguisher because I'd have a better chance.
Yeah, really.
And then as they cut through the ceiling, Miko just yells, "You want a slice of this? Well, do ya?" And she gets thrown off balance by the axe. How little do you weigh?
Yeah, really. She's gotta be like, how old is she? Like 12?
She's 15.
I said that just to piss you off.
Nah,
Yeah,
you're good.
like, I don't know. I don't know how much kids weigh, but she looks tiny.
It's like a fireman's axe is only 6 pounds. Are you getting thrown off by 6 pounds?
I mean, to be fair, she is trying to wield it on a moving train.
That is true. Still, she must weigh like 90 some pounds. Like blows away in the wind.
That's true.
And Jack's just like, what she said. Okay, buddy. You need to work on your comebacks. You've got plenty when you're working in the drive-through, but
But now,
when it comes to life-threatening situations,
done. It's over for him. Nothing in his brain.
brain empty, no thought.
Empty. No thought.
And the mech agents are just staring at the children. It's like, are they serious?
Yes. Yes, they are. I bet they're also like, how the fuck? How the fuck are children in here?
What the fuck is going on? Damn, the government hiring process is worse than I thought.
Yeah, it really is.
Back in the helicopter, the mech agent says, sir, there's a giant man sprinting towards us.
Yes.
Make that driving towards us. And he makes what I think is the most sensible decision a villain has ever made, which is to retreat.
Accurate. They don't typically do that.
Jack and Miko are thinking, what the heck is going on? Because we sure as shit didn't scare them. I mean, Miko thinks they did, but it's Miko.
Yeah,
Her hanging on to Jack is such a little sibling thing. It's such little sibling energy, and I love it.
it really is. It really, really is.
Silas then says, first rule of combat, never leave the enemy with the spoils. I don't like your rule ranking. It seems a little odd.
Yeah, I don't think he knows what he's talking about.
He then leans out of the helicopter and shoots the tracks, ignoring the fact that I guess he can breathe up there. Whatever.
Who knows? High speeds, you can still breathe. You totally can.
Ish. Miko then holds on tighter, and my note says, they're siblings, Your Honor.
Yes. Yes, they are.
And they panic, Ratchet, you gotta get us out of here. I can't. Raph's computer blew up and now it won't work.
Oh no.
And he sounds like so distressed about them. It's like, aha! You actually like them.
Yeah.
As they're talking, Raph for some reason just turns his computer sideways for some reason. Like, dude, what is that gonna do?
I don't know. I don't think he knows either.
No. But poor Ratchet's panicking. Bro has probably seen way too many children die during the war, and he just does not want to do this again.
He
And I
really
hate
doesn't.
that. I hate it so much.
Bro is traumatized. He's having a bad
He's
time.
so traumatized. He's having such a bad day right now.
He really is.
He goes, quick, tell your father. He can do something. And Optimus is like, I'm on my way. Maximum overdrive. I need to save my kids.
Yippee! Oh no, my kids. Father, help.
Father, help. Miko says, maybe we should jump. And Jack's like, at 90 miles per hour, it's either the impact or the meltdown. Take your pick. She makes a fair argument.
She really does. She really, really does.
At least the impact will kill me immediately.
I feel like both would kill you immediately. Like that much radiation from that close, and it's probably gonna explode too.
Well, it'll give you a lethal dose, but it's still gonna take too long for you to
That's true.
actually die of radiation poisoning. And Jack's just like, why did we volunteer for this? Miko, next time you need to do a better job at talking us out of these situations. Like,
Yeah, really.
do a better job at telling us not to do these things. And he's just like, oh, next time. Bro is thinking about running away again.
Really, really is. He's so me-coded.
Miko reasons, we can buy ourselves another few seconds if we're in the back of the train, right? I guess. Sure.
I mean, probably.
Jack then tries to have a heartfelt conversation, and Miko just snatches his phone and tells Raph, make sure Bulkhead gets my guitar.
Yeah. I love how the last thought before death is 1, her guitar, and 2, Bulkhead.
Exactly. 2 of her most important possessions.
Bulkhead is a possession? I don't think that's
I
right.
don't know about possession. Okay.
I don't think that's right.
No. 2 of her most treasured things.
Yes, that's more accurate.
But then Optimus drives by. Don't read the will just yet. Dad is here.
Yay, Dad. You are my dad. You're my dad.
Boogie woogie
Woogie
woogie.
woogie. I need help.
The rest of Team Prime is done fighting the Viacons, finally. And then they realize, wait, where's Optimus? And Fowler says, he had a train to catch. Okay. Unoriginal joke, but whatever.
Yeah. Lame joke. Oh, yawn. Sorry. Lame ass joke, Fowler.
Same ass joke. Optimus then has a Superman moment where he's stopping a train simply by pulling it.
Oh yeah.
And I love this animation so fucking much. I know I usually have one animation note per episode, but I don't give a fuck because this is really cool to watch.
It is really cool. I enjoyed it, and I don't know anything about animation.
And Optimus sounds like a fucking power lifter with all of the like yelling he's doing to stop this train, which is fair. He's essentially doing a weird power lift.
He really is, because he's digging his heels in and trying to pull and, like, use his weight at the same time. Like, I don't know how he's doing that. I couldn't do that. I'm not that cool.
Yeah. Magic and thousands of years of war.
Yes.
Billions of years. When we see the train car that the kids are in, the guy is still just passed out on the floor. Just laying there.
I think it's funny that the kids did not acknowledge the guy at all,
Nope.
except for, like, telling Ratchet to ground bridge him out too.
Right. That's only thing that they had.
Like, "Oh, yes, guy on the ground.
Oh well.
We don't know if he's dead or alive, but, guy on the ground."
They're stopping so suddenly. It's gotta be like when you're on like a train or the light rail and it has to stop suddenly, but like 10 times worse.
Yeah, really.
He stops the train right before the end. And then Silas says, well done, well played, visitor, but Mech still has the home field advantage. We will find a way to level that playing field, even if we have to open you up to see what makes you tick. Ew, gross, yuck.
Disgusting, but also hot,
Disgusting!
but mostly disgusting.
Hot, but mostly disgusting.
I'm not even gonna elaborate.
Nope, that's fair. And then, for some reason, the helicopter just makes a fucking Yui? I don't think helicopters can make Yuis like that.
I really don't think they do. I don't think they're supposed to.
Like, I don't know how helicopters work, but I don't think that's how that works.
I don't either.
Ratchet is so worried. He says, are you and the children intact?
Maybe. Maybe they are.
In the background, Miko just punches Jack for no reason, and it's hilarious. It's so much sibling energy right now.
It really is.
And we end this with,
So much.
but the world in which we live in is a different one than previously imagined. One that has spawned its own Decepticons in human skin. You could say that again.
Yeah, I think they're just humans.
Really bad ones.
Really, really bad ones.
That is the episode. Any final thoughts before we close it out?
Final thoughts, train. It was good. It was
Train.
good. They're all stupid, and I love them for it.
True. All right. Well, thank you for joining us at the Maccadam's Comm Link. I hope you have a great day. Bye.
Bye.